Nestled within the leafy suburb of Mossley Hill in Liverpool, L'Olivetto is an independent family-run restaurant supported by a dedicated kitchen team. Staff at front of house always on hand with recommendations from their tasty menu to their choosing a wine to complement your dish. Call us on 0151 724 5169. That's 0151 724 5169.
Eurogold is driven by being the best civil engineering contractor in the Northwest, ensuring its clients are given the highest level of service that they deserve. Eurogold work in a wide range of industry sectors, including house building, highways, commercial and industrial build.
The Warrington Irish Club, a friendly and welcoming club keeping the Irish culture alive. We have Irish and country music every Saturday night, tribute nights, race nights, charity nights and karaoke. All live sports are shown on big screens. We have snooker, dominoes and crown green bowling teams along with arts and craft. Pop in for a friendly welcome and book your event at the Warrington Irish Club.
At Barhale, we've been delivering essential infrastructure projects for over 40 years. Today, we're at the forefront of civil engineering, construction and tunnelling projects.
Barhale's values are integral in the way we go to work and are embedded in our family culture.
We put our customers first every step of the way.
Our people are the foundation of our business, with each and every one with the ability to make a real difference.
We want Barhale.
Join us for the Jerry Flynn Events Welcome Home Festival at the Great National Hotel in Ballina, County Mayo, from the 21st to the 28th of June. 7 days and nights of dancing. A great lineup of entertainment and top-class ceilidh bands. Just £585 sterling per person sharing. Book now by calling 01254 445050 or visit our website www.jerryflynnevents.com.
Nestled within the leafy suburb of Mossley Hill in Liverpool, L'Olivetto is an independent family-run restaurant supported by a dedicated kitchen team. Staff at front of house always on hand with recommendations from their tasty menu to their choosing a wine to complement your dish. Call us on 0151 724 5169. That's 0151 724 5169.
Hello to you all and welcome to the show. Later on we'll be featuring Derek Ryan and Olivia Douglas with their brand new song. Now a few weeks ago we went along to visit the beautiful Stonyhurst Catholic College in Clitheroe, Lancashire. The college has been in existence for over 300 years and the connection with the Irish community can be found right through those years. Of course, the college accommodates a wide variety of students from all over Europe. With its historic buildings and outstanding gardens, this is truly a magnificent college.
There's been a college on this site for quite a few hundred years. The college actually goes back to the late 1500s. This particular site was gifted to the Jesuits a few hundred years ago now, and by a local Catholic family around the time of the Reformation. And there's been a seminary and a school here run by the Jesuit order for a long time now. We have pupils here from the age of 3, would you believe it or not? So we're in our nursery, a Hodder House. Then we've got a primary school element, and then we go right through to our sixth form. So from 3 up to the ages of 18. Our year groups have got interesting names. They don't get called year 7, year 8, year 9 like you'd find at every other school. We have names like poetry, rhetoric, syntax, grammar, all kinds of lovely names like that. So it's a really interesting place to work and to learn.
And of course you've got a wide variety of students from different countries.
Yeah, pretty much. You name the continent and they're here, although we've staff here definitely from Australasia, but we have children from as far afield as Chile. We've Mexican children here, some children here. It's actually the Mexican boys, it's the 3rd generation of their families been here. So yeah, a really, really interesting diversity of nations around the world.
And of course the college has had great connections with the Irish community and Irish students down the years.
Down the years, down the centuries even. So we go back to famous people. Thomas Mayer, who's an ex-pupil of the school here. He had an interesting history, which he found himself being brought to Australia. Maybe didn't want to go there, but he got to Australia. Then he escaped over to America, where he got involved in the Civil War there. So he had a time in New York, working with the Civil War there, and he's also famous for bringing the tricolour back to Ireland. So from France, the people of France gave him the original tricolour to bring back to Ireland. So he's one very famous person. Joseph Mary Plunkett was an ex-pupil here as well, so we have a lovely little memento to him in what's called our Silence Gallery on the way into St. Peter's Church. And we've got Arthur Conan Doyle was a pupil here, to name but a few. We've on the sporting side, the O'Driscoll brothers, John and Barry O'Driscoll, were both pupils here who went on to represent Ireland and the British Lions in the 1980s.
Now earlier on you took us on a wonderful guided tour around some parts of the college. I mean, we'd want to be here for a month to see it all. And you've got a wide variety of activities going on as well. And of course, one of them I was amazed to ask you about was the dog walking.
Yeah, so this is quite a new development, but with obviously students from all over the world, they'll miss their pets from home, their horses, their cats and their dogs and stuff like that. So one of the members of staff decided or thought it'd be a good idea to bring, for a task, staff to bring their dogs into school, and then the pupils on a Thursday afternoon take them for a nice walk around these beautiful grounds and around this part of the county.
Now you've got a lot of historic libraries as well, and we saw some of the pupils in there today, you know, swatting up on their education, but beautiful, beautiful libraries.
You've arrived just in the middle of exam season, so yes, there's a lot of hard work being done there. Up in the rooms behind you, their poor children are obviously exam weather like this, of course. They're all stuck in a room writing away. So we have 3 libraries, 2 are more historic museum libraries holding amazing books. We have, amongst our books, we have a Shakespeare First Folio, which is an amazing book to have, and that's on display in the school as well. So yeah, the pupils can get access to all sorts of fantastic historical pieces, which are held in our libraries and our museums. We have, I think, 4 chapels. Somebody will probably write in to correct me on this. There'll be a lot of old boys and girls who'll be watching this show thinking he got it wrong, but please forgive me if I do. We've got, from what I found when I've been wandering the school, 4 beautiful chapels. We've got Our Lady's Chapel, which is quite small. We've got the Boys' Chapel, which is full of gorgeous woodwork. And then we've got another little chapel beside that, which I didn't get to show you because, again, it was right beside the exam hall. And then we've got St. Peter's here beside us, which is our main church for our big celebrations of Mass.
St. Peter's Church, my goodness, it took my breath away. What a beautiful, beautiful church. Fantastic.
Yeah, I've been privileged to be to quite a few masses there. The masses are pretty full on. The boys and girls are well rehearsed in their hymns, and when they do come to sing, they give it some welly, for the want of a better phrase. I'm sure there's a better phrase to use, but yeah, the hairs stand up on the back of your neck like you would not believe. You'll have seen in there the cantonelle, which is our Stonyhurst cantonelle, which is a hymn book and the order of Mass. That's produced every 10 years or so, and when the pupils get to year 13, or rhetoric as we call it here, they take that and they get it signed by their friends and by their teachers, and they get that as a keepsake of their time here at the college. So a really, really beautiful memento to take away. The Brothers Chapel is a mastery of woodwork. For me, again, a privilege to just take a second out of your prayers and look up and see the fantastic fan architecture of the supports for the roof. It's just a beautiful building. Very calm, very dark because of all the dark wood that's in there. But yeah, a lovely place to go. It's where we hold our year assemblies in there as well. So it's a really nice start to the day if you start off in that contemplative mode, and that works through your school day as well. Another feature of the school is we've got over 2,000 rooms, I believe, in the school, and we have all kind of nice, quiet places. So, like the Piety Gallery is where we have a reproduction of the Pieta statue. Again, a nice place for kids to just go and sit silently and to contemplate and to meditate. We've got our silence walkway, which takes us to the chapel. It's all very lovely places to sit and think.
To mention the St. Thomas More Library, because I was really taken back by it.
Yeah, it's had a big renovation. It's a 2-tiered thing. You may not have been aware, I didn't show it to you at the time, but there is a sort of space up above where the senior pupils can go and work there quietly. But it's open for everybody. Like any good library, it's got fact, it's got fiction, it's got a really good resource on the college itself, which is very helpful for our conversation today. And it's just, yeah, it's a really nice place to work again. college has a long reputation as being a centre of excellence for rugby, but we just down the lane here behind me, just off to the right, you'll see there's a beautiful 9-hole golf course. We've got a fantastic 25-metre swimming pool, which I'm very blessed to be able to use once a week or so, and we've got the usual sort of gym equipment, etc., etc. Our rugby pitches, I think we've got at least a dozen rugby pitches scattered amongst the fields here behind me. Cricket pitches, we've got 2 of them. We've even got a soccer pitch as well, but we won't talk too much about that. We've also got, very interestingly, on the playground, which is just to the side of the school, we've got 2 handball alleys, which is another sort of connection, which when I first started working here, I played a bit of handball when I was a child over in Ireland. And the handball alleys, when I saw them first, I thought to myself, what are these things? And then I did my research, and yes, they're 300 years old. They were positioned in a slightly different place, but handball 300 years ago was a major sport throughout Europe. Yeah. There's still vestiges in places like Holland, I think, where they still play a little bit. So yeah, that's what they were built for and designed for. They've been moved around a little bit, but yeah, 300-year-old handball walls.
And handball, of course, was very strong, very popular in Ireland when I was a young boy growing up. There was lots and lots of handball alleys at that particular time.
It's still a major sport. I mean, it's big in America as well. I think we're fortunate to have a young man called Paul Brady, who I think has been the handball world champion for quite some time now. I'd love to see him here and see him have a go on those walls and see how it gets on. But yeah, it's a great facility. It's something I've spoken to the PE staff here about when I said, can we introduce GAA here? I was very keen that we didn't just do football, but we'd do some handball as well, and we'd get some hurleys and do a little bit of play with hurley. Haven't got there yet, I'm working on it. I drive down this drive every morning on my way into work. I turn that corner up there and I just go, wow, and it is an amazing thing. So it's an amazing place to come and work, it's an amazing place to visit, and I encourage anybody to come and visit. We have open days here. If you go to our website, have a search on your computers for stonyhurst.ac.uk, and you'll find all the information, the history, the images of the school, the sort of all the stories that we've got to tell. We've got amazing stories to tell, are all there for you to enjoy.
Stonyhurst College is a wonderful, inspirational place for children to be educated. We'll take a little break and we'll be back with you very soon.
Nestled within the leafy suburb of Mossley Hill in Liverpool, L'Olivetto is an independent family-run restaurant supported by a dedicated kitchen team. Staff at front of house always on hand with recommendations from their tasty menu to their choosing a wine to complement your dish. Call us on 0151 724 5169. That's 0151 724 5169.
Eurogold is driven by being the best civil engineering contractor in the Northwest, ensuring its clients are given the highest level of service that they deserve. Eurogold work in a wide range of industry sectors, including house building, highways, commercial and industrial build.
The Warrington Irish Club. Friendly and welcoming club keeping the Irish culture alive. We have Irish and country music every Saturday night, tribute nights, race nights, charity nights and karaoke. All live sports are shown on big screens. We have snooker, dominoes and Crown Green bowling teams along with arts and craft. Pop in for a friendly welcome and book your event at the Warrington Irish Club.
At Barhale, we've been delivering essential infrastructure projects for over 40 years. Today, we're at the forefront of civil engineering, construction and tunnelling projects.
Barhale's values are integral in the way we go to work and are embedded in our family culture.
We put our customers first every step of the way.
Our people are the foundation of our business, with each and every one with the ability to make a real difference.
We're one bar ale.
Join us for the Jerry Flynn Events Welcome Home Festival at the Great National Hotel in Ballina, County Mayo, from the 21st to the 28th of June. 7 days and nights of dancing. A great lineup of entertainment and top-class ceilidh bands. Just £585 sterling per person sharing. Book now by calling 01254 445050 or visit our website www.jerryflynnevents.com.
Nestled within the leafy suburb of Mossley Hill in Liverpool, L'Olivetto is an independent family-run restaurant supported by a dedicated kitchen team. Staff at front of house always on hand with recommendations from their tasty menu to their choosing a wine to complement your dish. Call us on 0151 724 5169. That's 0151 724 5169.
Welcome back. This week we're featuring the beautiful Stonyhurst Catholic College in Clitheroe, and during the year the college has certain open days for the public to come along and view this beautiful college. If you're interested, go to Stonyhurst Catholic College on their website. Here we are, John, on this beautiful sunny day out here watching the lads training Gaelic football in the background.
Yeah, we've been running training sessions here for Gaelic football since the start of Christmas term, so since January, and it's been really, really good. The kids have got stuck in every Wednesday for a good hour and a half session. They've trained really hard, they've learnt the basic skills. It's been a real pleasure to look after them.
Yeah, I was having a chat with a few of them then. You've got a few lads there from Spain and different countries as well, learning how to play Gaelic football. Well done on you.
Well, thank you very much. It's as I say, it's been a lot of fun, challenging at times. They don't like it when it's too wet. They don't like having to handle the ball, but they've got on with it, and a couple of gardening gloves here and there, and they got sorted out.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Marcus, of course, you're the director of rugby here, and how strong is rugby?
Rugby is our core sport through our Michaelmas and Easter termine at the college, so you know, the fact we can look at creative ways to enhance our boys' and girls' ability to develop their core skills is fantastic, and the time with Gaelic football has been superb for that.
Tell us a little bit about the link between Gaelic football and rugby.
Sure, I mean, as a college we're looking at creative ways to extend our offering, and fortunately we've got people of the ilk of John that can deliver it in at the college, and we're fortunate to be able to deliver it as a secondary option to our core sports. In terms of the transferable skills, you know, it develops the hand-eye coordination, the catch pass ability, the movement skills, all fundamental skills that are great for our developing rugby athletes, so delighted to be able to integrate into the programme.
Now, of course, there's lots and lots of sports out there, lots and lots of challenges for young people. How difficult is it to keep young people involved in rugby?
I mean, there's obvious challenges which are unprecedented. You know, you see through the press these days, it's becoming more and more complex. I mean, you know, rugby for us has always been at the core of what we deliver as a school programme. We're looking at creative ways to engage more boys through the sport. So typically where you'd had your core contact version of the game, we're now looking at creative ways around that to engage more people, just to keep the numbers as high as they can be. We still run a pretty comprehensive 15-a-side programme through, as I mentioned, our core 2 terms of the year. But yeah, it's unprecedented in terms of the challenges at the moment of the sport in the wider school sector, for sure.
So what age group do you start teaching rugby at?
So we started under 7s all the way through to under 18 rugby. So our prep school runs up until year 6, and then year 7 students come across to the college, and we then integrate them into the college rugby programme. We're lucky in terms of we get plenty of time on pitch. We're on pitch 4 times a week with a really regular fixture circuit that runs all the way through, so we're lucky in that sense. We try to make it as professional as we can be, whilst also being conscious of the fact that it's a school first and foremost as well. So, you know, we've got to make sure we deliver a programme that's suitable to the needs of our students as well.
Of course, it's a great way as well of integrating the pupils when they come here from different countries and they get involved in a sport like Gaelic football or rugby.
Absolutely. As you suggested before, you know, we're blessed to be so diverse here as a college, and the ability to integrate some of our international students into these sports is superb and something we pride ourselves on. The fact we've got the likes of a Gaelic football to supplement the rugby programme only benefits our students' development in the long term. So yeah, delighted to be able to offer a wide array of things that can only make them better.
And John, of course, this is a fantastic setup here, beautiful, beautiful college with so many different sports going on and so many different children from all over Europe.
Yeah, it is amazing, and as Marcus has said, how they all blend together and how we get the most out of them, but they get the most out of themselves. The school's motto is "Quand je puis," which, pardon my translation, pretty much means make the best of yourself, be all that you can be, and that's what we're aiming to get, and that's what we're getting here as well.
Now I know you've been working very hard on the lads to teach them Gaelic football and pick up that ball and do a solo run and tap it along and so on. How are they coming along?
They're coming on really well. We've got another local school that have taken up Gaelic football as well. We had a game with them last season. We're looking forward to seeing them again soon. And then we're going to be taking the boys down to Manchester in just a few weeks' time. I think it's Friday the 13th. A little plug for the Northern Games here. Friday the 13th of June at Broughton Park. And we're going to be attending that and giving it a good go on what I know is going to be another fabulous day. Probably a bit sunny like this.
And what about the rugby lads? Do you go much on tour? Do you go outside the college much?
We do. We're lucky to have a tour to Malaysia this summer, so we've got a senior tour going out on the 1st of July for 2 weeks. Touring is a big part of our provision once again. You know, again, we've got to be on the pulse and create experiences through the rugby programme, and to jump on tour with your best mates, there's nothing better. So we've got that tour in place. We've also got a combined under 14 and under 15 tour to Venice in October as well. So plenty to get stuck into over the next couple of months.
We were delighted to get a guided tour around this beautiful college and experience the wonderful learning opportunities for students. A big thank you to John O'Ryan and all the staff who made us so welcome. Now it's time for music. Derek Ryan and Olivia Douglas is going to be performing their brand new song called The Only Lie I Ever Loved. We'll be back next week with some more stories from around the UK. See you all then.
I believed that time was on our side. Had faith in what we were. Took it in my stride. Hanging on to every word you said. Dreaming dreams for two of better times ahead. You're the only lie I ever loved. I placed you high with the stars above. The one regret that I dream of. You're the only lie I ever loved. When every promise made has turned to clay, I wish I knew back then the way I feel today. Not everything that's written turns to stone. I'll cherish memories as I carry on alone. You're the only lie I ever loved. I placed you high with the stars above. The one regret that I dream of. You're the only lie I ever loved. You're the only lie I ever loved. I placed you high with stars above. The one regret that I dream of. You're the only lie I ever loved. You're the only lie. You're the only lie I ever loved. I placed you high with the stars above. Oh, the one regret that I dream of.